Joining us for more on how the U.S. may respond, Congressman Adam Smith, the ranking Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee. Congressman, what role do you expect the U.S. will play in Israel's response to this attack?
Well, first of all, I think we need to set expectations at a reasonable place. The U.S. is not in control of this conflict. I heard some of the comments from your earlier guests about, what's the plan? How do we stop Iran? As if we have some magic answer. We don't control the region. We do support Israel's ability to defend itself and will continue to do so. That's why we've helped supply them with arms. We were working with them in a variety of different ways. We see the threat from Iran through Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, variety of different other Shia militias across Iraq and Syria. Iran is the principal driver of conflict in the region, and we're going to work with Israel and other partners in the region to try and deter them. At the same time, President Biden is going to continue to work to try to get a ceasefire in Gaza and to get an understanding between Israel and Lebanon that can stop that fighting. But this is pretty straightforward. Hezbollah and Lebanon have been lobbing missiles into Israel for almost a year now. Israel cannot continue to tolerate that. And that's the reason they've struck back so hard against Hezbollah and other Iranian proxies.
So when you hear the administration, because up until today's unprecedented attack from Iran directly on Israel with nearly 200 ballistic missiles, the message from the U.S. has been one of de-escalation, of a ceasefire. And do you think that was the right message, given what you just laid out? This has been ongoing. Hezbollah lobbing missiles into Israel unprompted since October 8th.
Yeah. Well, there's a fundamental misunderstanding of what you just said. The message from the U.S. hasn't been, oh, Israel, please stop. Okay. It hasn't been, unilaterally shut down. It has been get to de-escalation. But the only way to get to de-escalation is what I said a moment ago, is to get Hezbollah and Lebanon to stop attacking Israel. That is what the Biden administration has been pushing for. They haven't been telling Israel, oh, don't respond, just let it happen. In fact, you've seen in two attacks now from Iran, we've helped Israel defend against those attacks. So it's not the point that it's like, oh, please de-escalate, just stop fighting for the sake of stopping it. It's working with all of the different partners. Even in Gaza, we're trying to get a ceasefire to get the hostages returned. Okay, we're trying to get the peace agreement, ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel to stop Israel from being attacked. It's not a unilateral thing that the administration is advocating for.
Do you see, because as we know, recently Israel in a war cabinet added to its goals the return of some 60,000 plus residents to the north of Israel. They've been displaced now for nearly a year. Do you see the strategy that Israel seems to be playing out now, going after Hezbollah as aggressively as it has, and now what we're expecting to be a massive response to Iran's attack today? Do you see Israel anytime soon getting closer to that goal of bringing those residents home?
Yeah. I think there's an opportunity right now because Hezbollah has been crippled, at least in the short term. And there is an incredible opportunity right now for the Lebanese people to choose a different path, to work with others in Lebanon to try to get a governing structure that isn't ruled by Hezbollah and their hatred for Israel. I think there's a real opportunity right now for the Lebanese government and other actors in Lebanon, Sunnis, Maronite Christians, the Druze, even some Shia who don't want to be ruled by the warfare of Hezbollah, to choose a different path. So yes, I think there is a window right now and an opportunity to work with Lebanon while Hezbollah is weakened to choose a more peaceful path.
Are you willing to see the United States step up its role in defense of Israel, not only defending it from attacks from adversaries like Iran, but also perhaps playing a more proactive role in engaging directly militarily?
No. I do not think that is wise. And I heard the earlier commentary about what to do about Iran and what is the U.S. policy. Well, the U.S. policy is not really that confusing. We want to try to contain and deter Iran. We don't want to go to war with them. Okay. It's a clear and simple message. It's just extraordinarily difficult to achieve. Everyone assumes that we have some magic card that we could play that would instantly deter Iran, as if we attack them militarily, that would prove successful. That would be an incredibly dangerous step that could possibly inflame the region, and who knows how it would come out. So what we're trying to do is find ways to contain and deter them without engaging in that type of open warfare. Much of the Middle East does not want to see U.S. troops on the ground in it, not just Iran. So that's the balance we have to try to strike. Key to that is partners, certainly Israel, but also Saudi Arabia, Jordan, the UAE. That's what was so important, what is so important about the Abraham Accords, is getting to some sort of peace between Israel and these other Arab states to deter Iran. But the key to that is a future for the Palestinians. And as strongly as I support Israel, one big area of disagreement, what Israel is doing in the West Bank and what Israel is failing to do by helping the Palestinians develop an alternative to Hamas, is undermining that ability to get that peace agreement with Saudi Arabia and the UAE and others to deter Iran.
This is what you're talking about, what we've discussed earlier about what a day after strategy may look like. And that's not limited to just Gaza, but now it's also impacting Lebanon and perhaps even Iran, given how quickly things are escalating. Congressman Adam Smith, thank you so much for joining us. And back now.
Thank you for giving me the chance.